Hello Pokétrainers! In this video I'll rank every Pokémon Gym from the first generation, Pokémon Red, Pokémon Blue, Pokémon Green and Pokémon Yellow, according to its design. Let's start with the first gym, the gym from Pewter City. Inside this gym, we don't have any interesting minigame or quest to reach the gym leader block, so in general I think the design of this gym quite boring. But still I can understand this because it's the first gym and perhaps Game Freak wouldn't make something challenging in the first gym. In fact, it's so easy to reach Brock in this gym that even we can avoid the battle of the trainer before Brock. However, I always found it quite challenging to battle against Brock depending on our starter Pokémon. With Bulbasaur's Crater, defeating Brock was a piece of cake. However, trying to defeat Brock with only Charmander or Pikachu it's extremely difficult unless our Pokémon have a lot of levels more than Brock's Pokémon. So, for now, Pewter's gym has the first place. Now, let's go to the Cerulean gym. Since this gym is based on water type, the whole gym is a pool. I like the idea of having a pool gym. However, at least for me, this wasn't very obvious in the first generation. As a challenge, this gym doesn't have anything interesting. Everything we have to do is to battle the two trainers, or even we can avoid one of them and fight Misty. One fact that I can't understand is that we can fish Pokémon in the gym, so I wonder, why are there Pokémon such as Magikarp or Gordine in a pool? Despite this, I liked the idea of making a pool, and it was funny to know we can fish inside a gym, so I'll put Misty's gyms over Brock's gyms, despite that both of them really aren't very challenging. Now let's travel to Vermilion City to analyze its gym. Here we have 3 optional trainers and a lot of trash bins. But for the first time, we have to solve a puzzle to get to the leader, the lt.surge. All we have to do was to inspect the trash bins until inside one of them there was a button, and after pressing that button, we had to find the next button, which usually it was inside one of the other trash bins next to the previous trash bin where we found the first button. And after that, the gates were unlocked and we could battle the gym leader. I really liked this puzzle and it was entertaining to complete. Yes, it's true that a part to solve this puzzle was due to having some luck, but the probability to press the second button was very high since, at least for me, always was next to the previous first button. So for now, I'll put this gym in the first place. And now, let's fly to the next gym, which is located in Celadon City. Here we can find that it's full of cute girls, just as the old man from outside told us. Its design is quite simple, only we have to cut one of the 3 trees and then battle with the trainers until we reach Erika. If you weren't aware, this gym presents an interesting detail which you could never realize before. As you know, this gym is a women's gym because there are only women in it, and in the design we can find that the gym presents the gender female symbol. But, to be honest, Game Freak could make this a bit clear. I've been playing this generation for a lot of years, and I wasn't ever aware of this. And here we can see the use of the hidden matching code is key to reach Erika. For me, I think Game Freak lost a good time to make a pretty challenging gym with using code. They could have made a labyrinth which we had to use code in a lot of trees to reach Erika. Unfortunately for me, I think the same boring gym as Pewter Gym and Cerulean Gym. But since we have more trainers to battle than in the previous gyms, I'll put it in the second place for now. Now it's time to take our bikes and go down to Fuchsia City. The most characteristic trait is that to reach Koga, we have to walk in a maze in which some walls are invisible. Well, according to the internet, the walls were only invisible if you played these games in a normal Game Boy. However, because the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance used a multicolored palette, these walls were expressed in a form of small dots. So this made it very easy to complete this challenge. But despite this, I liked it. As for the trainers, this is a poison type gym, but we could find Pokémon who aren't poison type, such as Roxy or Kadabra. A thing that I think doesn't make much sense, but I like it to see more variability. Returning to the ranking, I'll put this gym in the first place. I really like it that the invisible walls. However, the walls were explosive playing with a multicolored palette, and this made less a mess in this gym. Now let's teleport to the Saffron gym. And what can we find in this gym? 9 closed rooms and some teleporters in every room. And only there's one teleporter that transports us to Sabrina's room. I found this gym the most challenging gym to reach its leader, giving this puzzle to the random, or to try every teleporter until we reach Sabrina. And also it was more challenging to fight with some trainers, and to get our Pokémon in need of going to the Pokémon Center but didn't be able to remember the way to return to the city. If this gym was difficult for you to reach Sabrina, don't worry, because it's as easy as teleporting 4 times. Look! Anyways, returning to our ranking, I'll put this gym in the first place. I think this gym has the best challenging puzzle. And now, let's use Surf to travel to the Cinnabar Gym. In this gym, we have to correctly respond to some questions to advance between rooms until we reach Blaine. In case we fail to respond, we have to battle with a trainer of that room to continue advancing. I really enjoyed the puzzle of the gym because, to correctly respond to the questions, we had to have some small knowledge about the game, such as the number of badges or the evolutions of Poliwag. Another fact I like it is that if we correctly respond, we still have the option to battle or not with the trainer of every room. I have no complaints with the puzzle of this gym. Perhaps I'd like to see more questions about more specific things, but still being as it is, it was a bit challenging for me, so I'll give it the 3rd place. And now let's go to our last stop, the Viridian Gym. What we can see is that this gym seems a bit larger than the other gyms, and has transporting tails to navigate through the gym. I think the idea of using transporting tails is great, however, it could be more challenging, like the teletransportation tails we had in the rocket hideouts in Celadon City. Despite this, I think the difficulty isn't very high, so it's okay, but it could be better as it is the last gym. As a fun fact, let's give an honorable mention to the only one unknown hidden item we can find in a gym, the beef. So I'll give the 5th place. So here's my personal ranking. The 1st place goes to the Saffron Gym. I think this is the most challenging gym in this generation. The 2nd place goes to the Fuchsia Gym, because it has an interesting concept with invisible walls. However, it's not perfect because these walls aren't invisible at all by playing in a multicolored console. The 3rd place goes to the Cinnabar Gym, because to use questions to test our knowledge is a way to test our knowledge about the game after almost visiting every nook and cranny of the game. The 4th place goes to Vermilion Gym, because its puzzle is as simple as fun. The 5th place goes to the Viridian Gym, because the idea of using teleported tails is pretty good. However, I don't feel like this is being well executed, especially for being the last gym, which should be the most challenging. The rest of the gyms I consider in the same level, because they don't give us an interesting challenge. Everything is made to defeat trainers until we reach the gym leader without any kind of challenge, and this isn't fun for me. Besides, in this list of boring gyms, we could add the Fighting Dojo, since it would be another gym and everything we have to do in the dojo is to fight, without having any puzzle. And here you have my personal ranking for the Kanto Gyms. Now it's your turn. I'd like to know what are your most favorite gyms in this region. If you like, please give a like and subscribe. If I see many likes in this video, I'll understand people liking my personal opinion about these gyms, and I will make a second part with your other gyms. It's all up to you guys and girls. See you in the next videos and have everyone a nice Pokéday!